let's go backwards now because we skipped over trying to keep all the programming in a understandable flow there. We skipped over, okay, last week I missed it because I was zipping. I thought it was a commercial, obviously, or something, because I didn't even know it was on until you mentioned it in the ratings analysis. But this week I was looking for it. The Bandito video. Brian, I don't want anybody to ever make fun of any low-budget video that I did in Smoky Mountain Wrestling with a
behind the dumpster.
Yeah, well, me being my own camera, there was no video there. Me being my own cameraman and or maybe Brian Hildebrand running camera and having a Radio Shack microphone and or the low-budget extravaganzas that Jerry Jarrett and Randy West used to do in Memphis, or holy, this was the hokiest. They've got brand new cameras and they obviously have a fucking budget because they were, at least able to rent this roadside fucking Old West town. I mean, I don't know where this is. Probably, one would think, out west somewhere. But they used to have an Old West town down 65 from Louisville here in Kentucky. And Kentucky's not part of the Old West.
It looked pretty cheap.
But it was really, it wasn't even, this wasn't even Pigeon Forge, Tennessee level, resort area Old West town. Oh, look, Mommy, there's a blacksmith. Oh, and it was obviously closed because there was not a human being in sight except for these 4 outlaw wrestler-looking fucks dressed up as cowboys. And they've got wanted posters out for Bandito. And they're acting and talking like they're desperados. Well, actually, they're not the desperados. I'm mixing up my Western terminology. Like they're the law that's going after this desperado. They say he's a fierce one. They're making a Western movie. These fucking morons are making a Western movie. If Bandito was cool, or did have any kind of cool personality, or did do any cool moves, they've hoked him up so bad. Now this looked like when the Brady Bunch or the Partridge Family would go on location to an amusement park for a couple of episodes, right?
Yeah.
It was just, Bandito rides into town on a fucking horse. The cowboys try to arrest him, and Bandito beats him up. But it was shot. Not only wasn't shot in real time, it was a montage video of him beating them up, so that they could shoot it close, and the camera angles wouldn't reveal that they weren't taking bumps on the goddamn dirt street. They had crash pads out. You could tell. You never saw anybody hit the fucking ground. And the whole thing was, you would probably see oh, goddamn it, what was was it Guntown on the River? They used to have a Western place, as I said, not far from here, something like that, where they would actually do and they had one in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, now that I think about it, an Old West street shootout. When I was like 9 years old, I saw one down there. You saw bare bumps from the fucking yahoos working at the amusement park. And it looked more real. So Bandito kind of beats these people up and then rides off on his horse. And there's a line there somewhere about him and the horse he rode in on. And this had to be the fakest thing I've ever seen on wrestling. And are cowboys cool now in hokey roadside Old West, nostalgia towns to the key demo?
Masked muted cowboys? Because he doesn't talk, right? Is he from Mexico?
Well, yes, he didn't speak in this, and I don't know that I've ever heard him speak.
The people who say AEW needs to do a better job of introducing people, they need to do vignette videos, they need to do things. Every wrestling company has successfully done them for at least 40 years. There's an argument that some people are making that this was great because that's what this was. Now I want to see Bandito once he gets off the dirt road and gets off that horse.
Wait a minute.
Maybe he can mosey or tope his way right into our hearts.
People are saying that's what this was?
This is Tony trying to do like a WWE style in the day.
No.
Razor Ramon walking around Miami. Yo, Chico, my name is Bandito.
That shit was borderline phony, to be quite honest with you, too. But it had a fucking guy who could talk with charisma, and it was shot professionally, and it wasn't done in a goddamn closed-up fucking roadside amusement park. This was so fake. And the acting wasn't good from whoever these cowboys or deputy sheriffs or whatever were. And again, is the key demo clamoring for a Zorro remake out of this, supposedly cool, flashy Mexican lucha libre star that they're taking him to Guntown on the River? I don't understand. I thought that the height of the Westerns era in the United States, at least in pop culture, was the 50s and 60s, was it not?
I would say so, based on television, yeah.
So what the fuck are they doing here for the kids?
Zorro did promos. I wouldn't say that's it.
Well, and Zorro did speak. Okay, all right. Anyway, I've beaten that horse he rode in on enough.
How did LoopNet become the most popular place to find a space?